Hello everybody and welcome to Almost Book Reaction. Today I'll be reacting to Black Boy by Richard Wright. Okay, basically I'm going to be just telling you guys about the first chapter. So, a lot went down in the first chapter, let me tell you. So I'm going to just tell you chops and pieces of it because this video is not going to be long. So, okay. So, in the first chapter, it started off with Richard Wright. Richard. We're going to call him Richie. So, Richie was living with his mom, dad, grandma, and his little brother or whatever, right? So, yeah, they was all living together in this house. So, Richard and his little brother was sitting in front of the fire, right? And they was just trying to get warm and, comfy or whatever. And so, Richard, he was being the bored little brother he is. I mean, boy he is. Bored. Just nothing to do,
In front of the fire, he took it upon himself to, set the house on fire. Like, he was ripping, pieces of, curtains into the fire with more pieces. Accidentally did something, and it went to the fire and caused the whole house to burn down. So, all of that was dramatic or whatever. And, yeah, all of that was dramatic, and they all fled the scene or whatever. So, of course, the mom finds out that Richard burned the house down, and she beats him. Then, so on, later, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. They moved to, was it Memphis? Hold on, I'm gonna get back to you on that. In Memphis. That was right. They moved to Memphis, and then at Memphis, I'm guessing the mom had found a cooking job where she cooked for whites at a restaurant. So she was a cook. And so, while the mother would be out gone, the boy, Richie, he'll be doing so much stuff he's not supposed to be doing. He'll go, he'll go to schools and stuff, or schools parties, grown folks things, and grown folks places, and try to fit in or do whatever, or just try to be with them, but write on their stuff, or vandalize their property or whatever. And Richard will always just get into some trouble. Just to sum it up, he'll always just get into some type of trouble. He never not doing nothing. He always is something. So I feel blah 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 blah. The dad ends up leaving the family. When the dad leaves, he's not really. He leaves without, the typical deadbeat. He leaves without telling everybody. He just left. He just left. So Rachel's confused, the other boy's confused, and everybody's just confused. So yeah, everybody's just confused, and yeah, they move on with their life. Richard's mother becomes a single mother and has to provide for both of her sons on her own, while trying to fight for custody to pay, for the dad to partake in taking care of his children. So at this point, I don't even know what happened to the grandma. Just know grandma gonna have to disappear for now. Okay. Yeah, so the mom is working at this restaurant, and yeah, so sometimes she'll take her sons to the restaurants, but they can only eat little scraps. They can't really eat a meal or whatever. They can only eat little scraps because the food wasn't really for them. So she just will take them to her job, whatever, and things will happen and stuff. And I just feel they had to stand in the corner too. Why did they couldn't just sit down? But it's not my situation, so I'm not gonna really worry about that. And so then the mother tries to find a little orphan home for Richard and his brother to stay at, because it's kind of hard for her to take care of them and work at the same time. So she tried to find an orphan home just for them to stay temporarily until she really finds a stable place to work and get good income, so she can they can move out somewhere else, so they can get away from the father, or get away from life in Memphis. So meanwhile in Memphis, they in the orphan home. Richard takes it upon himself to Richard doesn't like the lady that's supposed to be the orphan mother or whatever. He doesn't like her because she looked mean or whatever, and she doesn't really feed them that much, and she doesn't really, take care of them like she should or whatever. And she'll kind of punish them and stuff. So yeah, he didn't really like the lady at first and stuff. The lady tried to trick him into signing papers for her to take full custody of the child, and Richard was too smart for that, so he said no and stuff. Yeah. And so meanwhile, all this is going on. While this is going on, the mother is still trying to find. I mean, not trying to find, but like trying to get the father to like have custody, like to try to get custody of the children. Not custody, but like trying to pay child support. So like she's working, trying to fight for her kids, and she's trying to get the father to partake in participating and fighting. I mean, and paying for the kids and taking care and make sure they eat and all that. Hey, you're making too much noise, Thunder. He's always ruining my videos. But anyway, she tells Richard. The mother tells Richard to go to the dad. And she tells him to go ask him for money or whatever. So apparently the dad left for another woman. Typical bitch. Typical deadbeat. Yeah. He's with another woman or whatever. And he's trying to like kind of be all bogus and like give child only like a nickel. Like, do you think he only needs a nickel right now? Like, this is not okay. You need to give him like some money like he can thrive off of. So he playing around, goofing around, like asking the child, oh, do you want to stay with me and stuff? The child hates his father because he left the family. So like, of course he'll hate the father. But yeah, I just feel as though everything. Yeah, so 25 years later, Richard doesn't know his dad. And so like, it's kind of heartbreaking, but at the same time it's like, it's his dad's fault for leaving the family and like leaving. I'll let you know the rest of the tea in the next episode.